Hi, I'm Jenny Millay at the University of Canberra, and this afternoon I'm talking to the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Education here, Professor Nick Klomp. Welcome, Nick.
Hi, Jenny.
I've got 3 quick questions to ask Nick about open education. So the first one, Nick, University of Canberra is now a member of the OERU. Could you tell us why you made the decision to join?
They have to be quick answers, don't they, Jen?
They do.
Okay. Because it's actually a big answer, that one. It's not entirely obvious why we would necessarily join the OERU. Financially, it costs a little bit of money for the university, and there's no immediate financial return. So the first reason is a personal reason, and I hope that many people in my positions in universities around Australia and around the world have the same personal drive, which is I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's an opportunity. If I believe I've got some good courses here at the University of Canberra, why wouldn't I make at least some of them available to other people in a way that democratises education? We say that often, but in a way that gives people a genuine opportunity to access higher education for those that couldn't access it because of geography, cost, or other personal circumstances. So that's really the reason why I'm in it. Now, along the way, I hope that we're going to learn a few tricks by working with an international network about about the style and format and delivery, and working with others as well, some of the best in industry practices. So I think we've got a lot to learn personally and as an institution. But honestly, what really drives me is I think it's a good thing to do. It's a bit of an experiment. I don't know whether the future is OERU, definitely, but I think it's a step in the right direction, and I think we'll all learn from it, and who knows what the future will actually be physically like. But as long as we're part of it and part of the experiment, I'm kind of excited about it.
Over the last 12 months, the University of Canberra has provided 2 open online courses to the world. What do you see, Nick, as the benefits for providing open online courses?
It really has evolved, hasn't it, in the last few years. When they first came out, it was, oh my goodness me, let's start bulldozing all the classrooms and we will, and this is the only way we're ever going to do higher education. And then we started saying, oh, maybe the uptake wasn't as quick as we thought it would be. So quick, back to the classroom, back to tiered lecture theatres. And I think it's all settled down a little bit now. I think that our involvement, we've got a couple of MOOCs going, as you well know, and our involvement has been quite particular. Where a university, we want to learn and we want to give opportunity for students to learn and partake in some of the new knowledge that we make available. Now, if that's true, then new technologies you've got to be part of. You've got to put your beak into that trough and see what it's like. And so I'm excited about what we've learned from even offering our very first MOOC on sports analytics. We had students from 100 different countries or more participating. We learned a lot about the global market, about who was actually even interested in that sort of topic, as well as the very construction and format of it all. And what did we learn from that? And then our current MOOC, our latest MOOC on navigating your professional future. Well, we've learned that there's different ways that students will access that information. So we've learned different ways of teaching and how students are going to learn. So that's informed our face-to-face classes and our domestic students that are in here around the University of Canberra, as well as the future of our distance education market as well. So we've learned heaps from it. We've made mistakes along the way. Students have given us feedback along the way. We've tested markets. And there's been a few other extra benefits. For example, the latest one on navigating your professional future, that's given us an opportunity for certainly prospective students and commencing students to have a go at some of our courses before they even start, get a flying start to studying. So that's exciting. The feedback is that the students like that sort of stuff. So I don't really know where it's going to lead, but you wouldn't sit back and watch the world go past. We're a learning organisation. The whole point is to be in there, make a few mistakes, learn from it. It's all fun along the way, so long as no one gets hurt. I don't think anyone's got hurt, have they, Jen?
And our third question is, what do you see as some of the main blockers to implementing open education?
It's not free. It costs money. I think that's the main blocker. it costs money and it costs people's time and effort. So for me, I've had, as soon as you decide to go down the MOOC pathway or OERU pathway or any other open platform, you can't pretend that it's going to be done marginally by someone off the side while they're doing other work. That it's much more sophisticated than that to do it well. So that's the first thing that's going to cost money. And it's an experiment, so it might not work. So it might be a lost cause. The best thing I can say in that situation is do your best to learn from it along the way. So if it doesn't actually succeed in the first instance, at least you've learned lots along the way. But then the other cost is people's effort. It involves not just the educational designers, but it involves the academics as well. So it requires lots of other people to be enthusiastic about it and to put effort into it and to trial it along the way. And mostly I'm expecting those people to do it almost marginally. You know, they've got to love education, they've got to love the technology, they've got to love students and decide that this is going to be part of, you know, what they're interested in doing for that year or the next couple of years. So they're all costs. And then there's the IT costs, the actual file formats and that sort of stuff are not easy to grapple with. So I don't want people to think that it's completely free. It's not. It takes effort, but I think it's better to be part of it than not. Look, ask yourself why you're working in a university. You're working in a university so you can push back knowledge, gain better knowledge, give access and opportunities to learn to students. So this whole space is really exciting for me, I think.
Great. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Jen.